Hello everyone and welcome to the Post-Match Pint. We are here in the relentlessly classy surroundings of Polydor and we're here to bask in the glory of another Liverpool victory, 4-1 away in Genk. I am joined by Mr. Craig Hannon, making his Post-Match Pint debut.
I know, yeah.
How's that happened?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it must mean I'm one of the busiest members of the Anfield rep after a game, you know what I mean? The lad doing all the work in the background.
Or the most unreliable at this point in the post-match.
Well, let's go with the first option. My mum watches this, Mo.
You, the viewer, can decide what you think. I'm also joined by James Hopalong-Sutton, who's just happy to be out of the house, to be fair.
It's really nice to be around people.
He's a little bit injured.
Should probably add, I broke my foot, so I can't go anywhere. So I'm not like just being weird. I actually can't leave the house.
No, yes. How did you break your foot, by the way?
Officially, it was it was just an accident, but I mean, unofficially, I was really pissed. And
Yes, he was. And I feel like that's going to be in our future tonight because, as I say, we are celebrating here. Liverpool had a restorative, confidence-boosting 4-1 victory. And I feel like it was one of those games, James, where as soon as we saw the team sheet, we had a good feeling because a lot of the things we've been crying out for in the game against Manchester United, a bit of dynamism, a bit of drive from midfield. It was right there on the team sheet. Oxlade-Chamberlain and Keita in tandem together.
yeah, I think despite the fact that we've done really well so far this season, we haven't gone all out attack. We haven't gone mental. Today we played with 3 defensive players and 8 attackers. That's basically what we did for large parts.
And
of the
one
game.
of those 3 was the keeper.
And right, exactly. And one of the other ones wasn't Dejan Lovren. But it was great. It was really, really good to see. I thought everybody came out of that pretty much really, really positively. Mm-hmm. I thought we were quite brave in possession. We were really creative. Mo Salah got his goal, which was fantastic to see. Oxlade-Chamberlain getting 2, the smile on his face says it all. Wonderful, wonderful goals. There's a huge amount to be positive about.
There really is. Now, obviously, we got the early goal, Craig, something that hasn't happened a lot in recent times. And initially, it was great because it seemed to settle everyone down. But then it was almost like a little period towards the end of the first half where it's like, we could do with another one here. But let's talk about the goal first of all. Oxlade-Chamberlain, as we said, getting his first start in a while and getting off the mark almost immediately.
Yeah, that was a huge positive, and I think, you think about Oxlade-Chamberlain's career so far at Liverpool, and you think of, I think of him standing in Kiev with the crutches, crying because Liverpool have just been beaten in a Champions League final, crying because he wasn't able to sort of help them out in that night, and probably knowing that he had another 12 months where he wasn't going to be able to play again, and seeing that long road ahead of him back, and he's been in and out of the side, and he's been given a couple of little chances here and there, and at times he's looked bright and at times he hasn't, and I'm just made up for him tonight really in his performance. I thought first half he sort of dipped in and out of the game. He gets the early goal, but he dips in and out. And when he had the ball and when he was on it, he looked sort of lively and dangerous. And I think second half he was even better then. Yeah. And that's like that second goal is just. That's
disgusting.
It's
disgusting.
It's filth. It's filth if it wasn't so pure. Do you know what I mean? It's
there's a purity.
It's a goal you have to watch in slow motion in the way that the technique of it, the way he guides it, the way he knows that comes to him at speed, and he guides it just into exactly that that little spot that it needed to be, the sweet spot underneath the bar, bounces down, but. I'm just made up for him because, especially after coming on at Old Trafford and putting in what was largely seen as a positive performance by him, from then to be able to build on that and I'd love nothing more than to see him at the weekend. Maybe not him, Naby Keita together, because that first half, he said the first half we were. It was almost like 4-1-5.
It was a bit mad.
I'm counting one player that wasn't a playmaker, Dejan Lovren, every single other one there was. So maybe for the balance of the team,
it was a brave lineup.
It was, and I mean, it was one of those things where it's almost like Klopp was telling us, well, if you want this, this is some of what comes with it, because